Greedy belly. Rematch clause come from your side, not mine. Stop whining and ducking. Be a man. In the contract or vacate the belt. I need undisputed.
Well, one of the biggest fights that's coming up is Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2 on December 21st. How do you think that's going to go?
Man, I didn't think Usyk was going to do Fury like he did him. You know, so Usyk has made me a believer.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's made me a believer. I think that he'll upstage Fury again.
Oh, so you think it's going to be 2-0?
It'll be 2.
Greedy belly rematch clothes come from your side, not mine. Stop whining and ducking. Be a man. In the contract orate the belt. I need undisputed. Tyson Fury, the self-proclaimed Gypsy King, just got attacked by Oleksandr Usyk after canceling the rematch. Yes, the same Usyk who handed Fury his first ever defeat. Fury, who loves a good trash talking session, has been blaming everything from his training camp to a sparring injury. But come on, this is the guy who once said he'd fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. Suddenly a rematch with Usyk is off the table. Convenient timing, don't you think? Seems like Fury's not exactly a man of his word. Well, one of the biggest fights is coming up is Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2 on December 21st. How do you think that's going to go, man? I didn't think Usyk was going to do Fury like he did him, you know, so Usyk has made me a believer. Yeah, he's made me a believer. I think that he'll upstage Fury again. Oh, so you think it's going to be 2-0? It'll be 2-0. The Ukrainian champion called Fury out, suggesting that the Brit might be more interested in playing mind games than stepping into the ring. He said that if Fury is scared he can just say so, and if you think Usyk was going to stay quiet about this, think again. Working away, chipping away nicely. December 21st, who set your unnoticed. Come on, so what's next? For Fury, more excuses. Another fight against a lesser opponent to stroke his ego. Whatever it is, one thing is certain: Usyk is waiting, and he's not letting Fury or anyone else forget who's really in charge of the heavyweight division. Let's get more into the details. He's fighting Usyk again. Oh man, that's a tough fight. Yeah, that Usyk guy is talented. He's so talented. He's so small for a heavyweight too. He's non-stop movement and his footwork and everything. Think it's so different than anybody else. And let's not forget Fury's infamous knack for theatrics. In the lead up to their first fight, he spent more time taunting Usyk than training. Now, with a rematch looming, Fury's retreat has sparked speculation. Is he buying time to regroup, or does he genuinely think he doesn't need a second bout to prove himself? Either way, Usyk's response has been crystal clear: you can run but you can't hide. Fans are understandably furious. Social media is ablaze with criticism, with some call Fury's move a duck and others accusing him of tarnishing his legacy. Usyk, meanwhile, continues to train like the professional he is, quietly reminding everyone why he's the undisputed champion. I need undisputed and not to play your stupid games. Let's take a moment to think about the fans, shall we? The ones who paid premium prices, stayed up late, and believed Fury's endless stream of self-hype. The heavyweight division hasn't seen this kind of chaos since the Mike Tyson days, yet instead of delivering on the promise of a historic rivalry, Fury walks away, leaving millions of fans wondering if this era of boxing will ever live up to the legends of Ali Foreman or Holyfield. Well, I remember when I was watching the Joshua Usyk fight, it made me realize the importance of technique, cause Joshua is a real. The odds were in Fury's favor. He was the bigger guy, the heavier hitter, the reigning champion. But Usyk didn't just beat Fury, he bullied him. A 6 feet 3 inches in 220 pounds Ukrainian maneuvered a 6 feet 9 inches in 270 pounds giant. It was a masterclass in strategy and precision, with Usyk landing nearly 10% more punches than Fury. The Gypsy King looked more like a court jester. So what's Fury's excuse now? Injury, scheduling conflicts, or is he simply spooked? Former world champion Tony Bell didn't hold back, saying Fury didn't expect to be bullied. Nobody did, but Usyk won't have that surprise factor in a rematch. Sure, Tony, but what if Fury doesn't show up for a rematch? Problem solved, right? I can't be any better than what I did, because I think it was an absolutely, probably one of the best performances I've ever done in your life, although it didn't get the result I thought. It was a very fantastic performance against one of my best opponents. Let's not forget Usyk's meteoric rise. This isn't just a boxer, this is a man who's overcome personal and professional challenges, emerging as one of the most technically sound heavyweights in history. Even Bernard Hopkins chimed in, calling Usyk the smaller guy with the bigger heart. Now Fury claims he's the underdog and that he thrives in destroy mode. Destroy what? Fans' patience, his reputation, because right now the only thing Fury is wrecking is his credibility. Experts like Paulie Nogi have pointed out that Fury could make adjustments as he did against Deontay Wilder in their rematch, but this isn't Wilder a one-dimensional power puncher, this is Usyk a tactical nightmare who plays chess while Fury is still figuring out chess. Former champion Sean Porter believes Fury's size and reach give him the edge. Sure, if Fury actually uses it, but that's the thing, Usyk doesn't let opponents dictate the fight. He's relentless, methodical and annoyingly difficult to hit cleanly. I can be more focused and less clowning, and I think that's enough. Maybe if he chucked that punch at me with a 100 times and maybe not done any damage, but the one time it did, that's it, that's all she wrote. Really, the emotional toll is hard to ignore. Fury once represented hope for a heavyweight division that had lost its luster now. His antics have fans questioning if he even cares about the sport or its legacy. Meanwhile, Usyk is the real deal, a man who fights for more than titles, a symbol of resilience for his war-torn country. Fury's decision to cancel the rematch isn't just a blow to his legacy, it's a betrayal of the fans. These are the people who buy the tickets, stay up late and dream of historic showdowns, and what do they get? Excuses and empty promises. At this point, Fury needs to ask himself what's more important: protecting his ego or proving he's the champion he claims to be, because if he keeps dodging Usyk he risks becoming a heavyweight footnote instead of a heavyweight legend. A lot of the jour this was saying that Usyk is now up there with all the legends of the sport, the Muhammad Alis, the Frasers, the Foremans, the Joe Louis has been one of the greatest and certainly the greatest of his generation. Let's talk about their first bout. Fury walked in as the favorite, bigger, stronger and heavier. Usyk, on the other hand, was written off as too small for heavyweight greatness, and then the bell rang. Usyk didn't just outbox Fury, he exposed him. He turned the unbeatable giant into a confused giant, winning by landing more punches and controlling the pace. Fury didn't lose just the fight, he lost his aura of invincibility. Fast forward to today and Fury's excuses are piling up faster than Usyk's accolades, injuries, negotiations, the usual circus, but Usyk's not buying it and neither are the fans. Tony Bello summed it up perfectly. Nobody thought Usyk could bully Fury, but he did, and he'll do it again if Fury ever shows up. And here's the kicker: Fury is running out of time. In 1,000 days Usyk has gone from cruiserweight champ to heavyweight king, collecting belts and respect along the way. Meanwhile, Fury's biggest accomplishment has been a fight with Francis Ngannou, an MMA with zero boxing experience, and Fury barely won that one. Even Bernard Hopkins, a man who knows a thing or two about the fight game, sides with Usyk. The smaller guy is the bigger guy in heart, Hopkins said. Translation: Fury's size means nothing when Usyk fights with the kind of grit that can't be measured in inches or pounds. But let's be real, Fury's antics aren't just hurting his reputation, they're hurting boxing fans. Are tired of the drama, they want fights, not Twitter wars. They want champions who show up, not champions who make excuses. So what happens in 1,000 days? Usyk might be retired by then, a legend who proved everyone wrong. Fury, he risks being remembered as the guy who could have been great but talked himself into obscurity instead. Tick-tock, Tyson, the clock's running out. The question is, are you brave enough to face it, or will you keep hiding behind cancelled rematches and hollow boasts? Because in the end, the only thing worse than losing to Usyk is never stepping up to fight him at all. Let's not forget their first encounter, Fury towering at 6 feet 9 inches in and tipping the scales at over 270 pounds was supposed to be unstoppable. Usyk just a small heavyweight barely scratching 220 pounds, but when the gloves came on, Usyk danced circles around Fury. His footwork, his timing, his sheer technical brilliance left Fury looking like he was trying to swat at a ghost. But what about Fury's fans? Oh, they're still clutching at straws, pointing to Fury's size and strength as if that somehow guarantees victory. News flash: size doesn't win fights, technique does. Just ask Anthony Joshua, another big guy who couldn't figure out Usyk's puzzle. Joshua's punches were hitting air while Usyk was landing combinations that looked straight out of a boxing manual. Fury's not just dodging Usyk in the ring, he's dodging accountability too. His camp blames everything from negotiations to timing, but we all know what's really going on. Usyk's relentless style and unmatched skill set are Fury's kryptonite, and Fury knows it. Even the experts are weighing in. Tony Bellew, he straight up said Fury got bullied in their first fight. Yes, the 6 feet 9 inches in giant got Outmuscled by a guy 6 in shorter and 50 pounds lighter. Let that sink in. And Bernard Hopkins, he's calling Usyk the big guy in heart, a subtle dig at Fury's Thrawn-sitting antics. Here's the thing, Fury is an incredible fighter. His gypsy roots, his unshakable spirit and his ability to rise literally like against Wilder make him a legend, but legends don't duck challenges, legends face them head-on even when the odds aren't in their favor.